Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday and we are starting the week running because today we're gonna film several small videos, including one for a Sigma lens, one for the new products from Tether Tools, a promo, and we're gonna start recording my instructional video for Capture One, which is gonna be a walkthrough for all you guys who wanna start using Capture One and wanna know a little bit more about Capture One. So enjoy today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors and see what we do during a really hectic day with filming and video. So Anna-Week and Steffi are setting up the studio. So we have our Letgo panels, we have one of the monitors that will show the image of that camera. And there we have another camera, we're going to shoot it with two cameras. And there we have the monitor that will actually show that camera. Okay. And there we have Steffi and Anna-Week, who's trying to figure out which cable goes where. And then we're ready to start recording. Okay, now before we start recording, I actually have to solve something, and I never experienced this before. We have a card that doesn't work anymore, and you know why? Because the lock is gone. So I sacrificed an old card, and I'm gonna repair the older one. So I'm gonna show you how it's done, I hope. Okay, so here we have an Extreme 64 gig, and this is actually how the card looks without the front attached. And this is the part that's missing from the SanDisk. And I never saw that before. So I got a really old card and I removed this part. And I'm just gonna place it here and hope that that's enough to make the card work again. Because now the card says locked. And in locked mode, of course, we can't record on it. So let's see if that works, and keep my fingers crossed. Okay, so the first attempt didn't work because this actually is a different form factor than the newer ones. So what we're now gonna try to do, because I don't want to throw away a 64 gig card that's actually pretty good, is I'm gonna try to make a barrier here, which will actually tell the camera that there's something inside, but I don't think this is gonna work. I think this is a card that will end up in the trash, or maybe in warranty. Okay, the first video we're gonna record is about the new tether boost, and this is really awesome because the old one was pretty big and this one is really small, as you can see here. And we use this to prevent USB 3 cameras to disconnect, like the Nikon D810 can be problematic on some MacBooks. And this works really good. And I actually use it for extensions. So I use two extension cables, then I use the tether boost and then another cable, so I can run around the studio with long cables. So a really cool product. So that's going to be the first video. Of course, the first thing we always do is do color balance and actually over and under exposure, because we're shooting with two cameras. We want to make sure that all cameras look exactly the same. So that's why we use the big color checker for video. So it's an X-Rite product, and if you do video you can't live without it. It's very simple, because you want your colors to be correct on every scene, and you don't want people to go like, hey, in this scene he looks a little bit more red than in the other scene. So the color checker video is really great for this. And if you do two cameras, you can't live without it. You really need this. Okay, all the products are just out of sight, so I can grab them while we're talking on video, because as you can see here, that's the setup. And Anna-Week is now working on that camera for the final settings. And this is the close-up monitor. And there we have Steffi. Hello. Hi. And we're ready to record. So I have to disconnect this one because we're going to record the video. Now sometimes it's real work to get everything in the frame as you want it. So we're now actually moving my camera around, because as you can see there, let me zoom in just a little bit for you guys. We don't want the camera blocking off, for example, the Frank Doorhof cup. So yeah, it's hard work, guys. It's hard work to get everything working, but in the end we hope the end result will be great. It's totally different from what we do with Behind the Closed Door, where you just grab a camera and start filming. This is really something where we are very, very well precise. So I think we're now ready. Don't you think so, Anna-Week? Are we ready now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, the following video we're gonna record is about this Sigma monster. It's the 120 to 300 2.8, and it's now available for Sony via the MC11 converter. So we're gonna do a small video on this one, because I tested this in Sweden and it's still an amazing lens. So that's the second video for today. So Anna-Week, are you ready to record?
Yeah.
Steffi, are you ready to record?
Sure.
Cameras, are you ready to record? But most important, Frank, are you ready to record? Yeah, I am. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're done with recording some of the videos, and what I'm now actually doing is I'm already placing it in the folders with the names, because we actually recorded some for the new Capture One video, we recorded one for the Sigma, we recorded a Tether Tools one, an advertisement for the Ultimate Weekend, and for a workshop in Belgium. And you can of course just back up the card, but the problem is if you just back up the card you will never find those files back. So I'm actually creating now folders, and in those folders I will create camera 1, camera 2. Very important, make sure that you always can find stuff back, especially when you just start out. It's easy to find stuff back. If you have a lot of stuff on your hard drives, it gets worse and worse and worse to find stuff back. So make sure from the start on you actually create folders. You will thank me later for it, I'm sure. Okay, I'm in the middle of recording the first set of videos for Capture One, and I'm going to show you what we use and how I set it up. So to record all the video we actually use ScreenFlow. Now ScreenFlow works perfectly on the Mac, and it makes it possible to record parts of your screen, a full screen and whatnot. It's very flexible. So you can see here that we just captured part of the video, and under here you can see that we have audio and video. So in here you can also edit, of course, cut clips and put them together. So it's a real easy to use program, and then we just export it to this part where we already did some videos. Let me show you. We already did one on focus mask, layer and spot removal, session and catalog, spot removal tool, standard folders, guides and view, and top tool menu. So I'm not even started yet, but well, there will be a lot of chapters here because I like smaller chapters. So how does it work? Very simple. Let's close screen view for now. There we go. And the only thing I have to do is press record over here, and it will count down and I can start recording. So yeah, ScreenFlow, very easy to record your screen on Mac, and probably on PC there are many different options too. So well, I will continue because I have a lot of work to do for you guys. Okay, it's 6 o'clock now, and do you know the feeling that when you start recording something that you find new stuff and you think, oh, I have to include that too. Oh, wait a minute, that's also cool. That's how it's now going with the Capture One video. It's growing large. So I actually created several folders about workflow, tools, a folder about tethered shooting, and well, there's a lot of stuff in there. I think it's a really cool guide to Capture One, even on using plugins, Photoshop, and yeah. I even found out some new stuff myself, so that's really cool. While you're editing, you go like, oh, that's possible. Let's record that one too. Okay, so I'm almost done with that. It's now, again, it's around 6 o'clock, so I do have to do one more thing for a client, and then I go home for dinner and a relaxing evening. But first, of course, we have to edit behind the closed doors for you guys. So again, thank you so very much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate it even more if you tell other people about it, because we do need those subscriptions on our YouTube channel. Thank you so very much for watching, guys, and see you in another episode of Behind the Closed Doors. But that will probably be in the weekend, because I'm going to be working more on the Capture One video, and I think it's boring to do the same stuff in Behind the Closed Doors every day. So if something real cool comes up, we of course record a new version, and otherwise in the weekend we have 2 amazing workshops, one with alternate light sources. That's gonna be freaking awesome, because that's gonna be with, well, anything that's not strobe. So tungsten lighting, we're gonna use light blasters, LED panels, and we have great styling from Ingrid, so that's gonna be awesome. And on Saturday we actually have a castle workshop. Sorry, an urbex workshop in the Dongercentrale. So we're going to show you guys that too, of course, in Behind the Closed Doors. Now, if you're in the Netherlands and you want to register for the workshop, Alternative Light Sources, which is in Dutch, and of course also the Dongercentrale, which is actually in English and Dutch, make sure to check out our website, photographyworkshops.eu. You will see the address here, because we still have limited seating left for, I think, Alternative Light Sources, only 2 seats, and for the Dongercentrale we have at the moment 1 seat left. So register. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. I'm really tired, and we'll see you in the next episode of Behind the Closed Doors. Bye bye, have a nice evening.